Hey guys, we got an unboxing here today. We got some exciting animals in. I'm super excited. Two Kenyans, two new snakes. We're going to be adding to the breeding collection. And then we got a new species here at Goth Exotics at the end. So stick around, find out what they are. First up, we have a snake from IE Exotics. Got this little cryo pack there, probably reusable. She is an albino. I don't see anything else in the box. An albino paint. Either Het GX or visual. He marked her as Het, but he wasn't sure if she was visual or not. I personally think she is leaning towards the visual side. But this is going to be an absolutely wonderful female for Mr. Marshmallow in the future. But she is our Snow Paint GX male. He has a little bit more growing to do, and so does this girl. I think she's sitting, if I remember correctly, around 80 to 90 grams. It looks like she also may be in shed. I'm sorry, lady. He has you all sorts taped up. Let's hope she's not grumpy. Oh, she's grumpy. It's okay. See, it's okay. There we go. She a little dirty, but she is gorgeous. I do believe she is about to go into shed. But this is, again, an albino paint. Supposedly Het GX, but personally, I don't know if I can get the focus for you guys, but that head looks pretty well patternless to me, and he said he couldn't determine whether she was visual or not. What's your guys' opinion on that? Because I don't know, I feel like she's visual GX. I feel like that head is absolutely just patternless. But let's go ahead and get her in her quarantine bin and move on to our next animal. Next up, we have another snake from SKB Exotics. Super excited for this. This one is actually an adult, not a juvenile. There she is. No stickers. Not cool, man. Not cool. Gotta send stickers. Gotta send stickers. Okay, let's pull her out. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. Darling, she is definitely better than we thought. She is actually higher expression than I thought she was. She actually looks better, I think, in person than she does in the photos.
She's so shiny.
Yeah. To be quite honest, look at this expression. Now, this is going to be Jared's. This is going to be Jared's partner. And just look at this nice high expression paradoxing that she is going on in a very nice defined stripe. They're going to make beautiful high expression paradox stripes, snows, and high expression paradox snows. Super excited for this pairing. She is ready to breed. We'll get her through the quarantine process. Ma'am, can I have my hand back? Thank you. We'll get her through the quarantine process, make sure she's on food, steady, and then see if we can pair her to Jared this year. She may not be willing to pair without a cooldown period. These guys don't technically need it. We like doing it here just because it guarantees a more predictable breeding pattern. But let's get her in her quarantine setup and get the last box, the big surprise. Okay, now we need to. This one's so big, we gotta pull it up a little bit. But it's like that because we actually have 3 animals from these guys. This is some Goth Exotics. I'm super excited for these guys. This actually is going to add a new species to Goth Exotics. And we don't get new species in a lot, but could not pass this opportunity to add a trio of these guys. We're actually going to add another sand boa species to our list. Who do we got? This is one of the females. I checked them out earlier, so these guys are super chill. We're going to be adding Indian sand boas to Goth Exotics. We got a breeding trio here. This is one of the females. She looks super healthy. And just look at this tail. It actually kind of looks like it's amputated almost. Like, look. It has this little nub right there, and it's super adorable. But unlike some others, like Kenyans that have more of a pointed tail, it's armored. These guys do not have those keeled scales, and their tail is meant to resemble their head perfectly. I think that's actually why it has that little nub there, because I believe that's actually supposed to look like their mouth. Might help if I'm in frame. But I think that little nub right there is actually supposed to look like their mouth. This is one of our females. She'll be an absolutely great addition. Let's move on and get one of our next breeders out. Here you go, sweetheart. Take her and put her in one of those 3.
Hi.
And I think we'll go with the next big one. Get our bigger female. I think this is the bigger female. Out. Ooh, if I can get it undone. I think I gotta pull the knife, but we'll cut it open and we're good to go. Get this newspaper out of the way. All wrapped up. How do we use this? Oh, she's making it difficult. There we go. She is the bigger one of the bunch. She's the hefty lady. This is our other female. I'm not exactly sure how much she weighs. If I had to guess, I'd probably say at least 500 grams, maybe 6. Just that guess weight. We'll get her weighed later. I'm probably way off, honestly. You can see some of her juvenile stripes left on her tail. And these tails feel absolutely goofy. They're like little fatty deposits. Like it's fleshy. Like look, it even shakes. Again, another absolutely gorgeous female. Let you guys just appreciate her for a second. Okay, go ahead and take her, dear. Got her? Awesome. Haley, Miss Goth Exotics back here, working in the background, putting them in their quarantine bins. Jeez, another one. I cannot get undone. It's okay. We don't need the bag, so it doesn't really matter. Go ahead and hone in on this guy. This is our male, so he's going to be a little smaller, so we'll get a little closer. Now, he does have a little problem with his eye. I believe he is blind in one of his eyes. Most likely, I didn't get an exact story. Most likely, if I had to guess, probably just an injury with feeding in the past. It happens. No big deal. Yeah, no stickers in this one either, man. He is pretty healthy overall. I'd say he's probably a little skinny. If you can see, his fat little tail is just a little wrinkly and not full looking. But we'll get some meals packed through him and he'll be good. He's probably, I don't know how old he is. They didn't have an age for the male. But let's see if we can see his eye. See, yeah, he has some previous, it will focus. See how it's kind of cloudy and gray? Sorry if I can't get focus. But yeah, just some previous injuries, and he's looking to be a little older. So we'll monitor his health real close. We'll get him back up to weight. You know, before any breeding, all these guys are going to get nice and chunky and fat here at Goth Exotics. Make sure they're well on food and all healthy and good to go. Whew. Ooh. There you go. Okay, guys, I appreciate you guys, checking out what we got in today. I'm super excited to be working with this new species, the Indian sand boa, or the javelin, or the smooth scale Indian sand boa, as they're known by a couple things. These guys start at a bright orange, and then as they mature, they move to that brown color. They can keep the orange. It's called sunset. There is I think that's actually the only morph in them is the sunsets. Oh, there's ghosts too, which hypo, I believe too. I could be wrong. Please don't quote me on that. I'm new to their genetics. I just don't think there's a lot available in the industry right now. The male has something kind of wonky with him. I'm not entirely sure what is wrong with him. But again, that's why we quarantine. That's why it's important to quarantine. It's not infected, but his cueca is a little inflamed. So we're going to start off with making sure he's well hydrated from his trip. We're going to give him a lukewarm bath to ensure that he has no stuck shed, nothing like that. Make sure there's just no stuck shed that's inflamed on his cueca or any bedding, help maybe loosen any stool up if it's something like that. We'll monitor his health over the next few days. See if that inflation and swelling goes down at all. And see how his health improves. If his health doesn't improve, we're most likely going to be moving to making a vet appointment or at least consulting the vet. We have an exotics vet in Columbia, Missouri. If you guys are local, check them out. It's the Columbian Exotic Animal Hospital. They are absolutely great. And if you have an exotic, like reptiles, please go to them. Go to them. Go to an actual exotic vet. Even if it's a little bit of a drive, it's going to be better for your animals overall. The snow pairing with Mr. Jared. She was better than I thought, honestly. She was a higher expression, a lot cleaner stripe than I thought. Super excited for this pairing. She is ready to breed, so we're going to get her through quarantine, make sure she's eating strong with us, make sure she's healthy, and then we'll see if she'll pair with Jared this year. If not, it's not a big deal. I'm not fully expecting a pairing from her this year. I'm hoping. But again, we're going to let her settle in, get her eating strong with us, making sure she's super healthy and out of quarantine, and then we'll see where we go from there. With the albino paint, that's going to be a grow out. That's for Mr. Marshmallow. It's supposed to be a future mate for him. He should be ready to breed by later this fall to early next year. So he'll get Bella on the next run, and then another season after that, she should be big enough to breed by then. It's not only age, but weight. And just sometimes, generally, the animal isn't ready herself. So you just gotta, it's based on really individual. It's an individual thing. You know, first off, you want them to leave at least 250 grams, in my opinion. If not 300, honestly, in breeding for the first round. 250 minimum. Some people say 2, but I think 250 is just a little safer of a bet. If not, just waiting that extra year for 3. You're going to get a little bit better of a litter anyway, a little bit bigger maybe, a little bigger with babies, so it's worth the wait. But anyway, I appreciate you guys coming, seeing what we're checking out. Stay tuned for updates on the Indian boa. Like and subscribe. Peace out.